Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Plexi Film Show. This is AJ, and on WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative, and I have a couple of guests with me today. Can you guys please say your names from my left to right?
All right. My name is Brandon Navarro Garcia. Excited to be out here on the Plexi Film Show.
Thank you.
I'm Logan. I am station manager here at 88.3 FM WXUT Toledo. I'm out here with the big man, AJ, out here, Plexi Film Show. You know, you can tune in every Sunday from 10 to midnight, by the way, to come listen to some movies, now TV shows, as well as video games, too. So
yeah, this is our first episode of season 2. Are you guys excited to join with TV shows? Because, you know, it is a little bit different concept. I kind of figured out a group for this show, but I kind of have to figure out with different groups for different shows because every show is different lengths. The show is really short, and there's a formula to each show. So not much a big difference there. But like if I'm going to talk about something like Breaking Bad, I'm going to have to focus on an episode or a season. It's going to be more difficult to do that. Or just like, you know, a whole genre specifically. So yeah. Anywho. So we all took a BuzzFeed quiz, right? You know, before coming on the show. Do you guys want to introduce what character that you guys are?
Well, first of all, do the people out there who are listening, do they know what show we're doing? Or are we leading in with that?
We're going to lead in with that.
All right.
Say our characters with the BuzzFeed.
All right. So my character, I've gotten Isabella, the girl who had the crush on one of the main characters of the show that we're going to be talking about today.
Ironically, I also got Isabella as mine on BuzzFeed. Shout out BuzzFeed, by the way.
Shout out BuzzFeed. Not sponsored, by the way.
Not sponsored.
These test results are accurate.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. 100% accuracy, I've heard.
Yes. This is going to expose the show very fast, but Candace. I got Candace. Wow, what a big coincidence. It's kind of funny because most of my answers were not what Candace likes besides one question. And I think that's what
they stuck with the one question.
They stuck with the one because one of the one question, I think it was the last one. It was, what was it? It was the last one. Like, what is our pet peeve? And
biggest pet peeve. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that one is what screwed me over for sure. But yeah, we are going to be talking about Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb? That's a really good noodle dish.
Yeah.
Pho is great, by the way. Vietnamese food, underrated, by the way. But
that's crazy. But yeah, we're talking about Phineas and Ferb. This is going to be great. Are you guys excited?
Oh, yeah. Who ain't ready to talk about some Phineas and Ferb, man? Let's go.
Anywho, how would you guys rate the show? 1 out of 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. How would you rate it and why?
You're good.
All right, good.
So amongst the Disney Channel cartoons, I want to say this is up there with Gravity Falls and what was the other one? I forgot what the name was. It was about this one guy and like this one fairy crashing into her house. Which one was it called?
Oh, I'm trying to think.
It had some long, convoluted title, though. That's all I know.
Fair enough.
You got a number rating?
I want to say I would have to give it an 8.
An 8?
Yes.
Nice.
8.
How would you give it, Logan?
I'd say cartoon-wise, it's probably one of, if not the best, one of my favorite cartoons. It's probably top 5, top 6 cartoon of all time for me. I would probably give it a solid, I'd give it an 8.2 out of 10.
Okay.
8.2 out of 10. I think there's a little room. I think that, I don't know, I feel like in some ways there's some theories out there that I wish were in the show. Because I feel like I have a couple ideas in my head. And I'm like, oh.
This would go so good.
Yes. If this somehow just came out in the show, it'd be like elite.
I mean, they're planning to make more 2 more seasons, so
they still make the show right now?
No, they're on the works to make 2.
They're on the works to make 2. I was about to say they still do Phineas and Ferb?
No. They ended in 2015.
I thought so.
It was really that long ago?
Yeah.
Just goes to show how old we really are.
Oh my God.
We are old. The show started in 2007, 2008, I think.
Oh.
and in 2015. It really, really shows our age.
Dang.
I feel bad for the kids nowadays. I don't think their cartoons hit like ours did.
No.
I mean, there's some that are gonna hit, but like nothing's gonna beat Phineas and Ferb.
I'm just saying there's no way I feel like wherever we turned our head, we couldn't really miss. Even like 90s. I think the 90s actually had it better than us even, but I feel like no matter where they turned their head, they just couldn't miss. All of them were bangers.
Yes.
Now you got a lot of
a little snooze fest for cartoon.
I can agree to you on that one. Anyway, I would rate the show a 7 out of 10 just because of the formula. It kind of gets old over time, but there are some episodes that kind of breaks the formula to make the formula feel special again in the like future episodes. But I do say 7 out of 10 because it is really creative in the fact that it's 4 seasons and how many episodes in each season. It's crazy how well they still are pumping out with ideas, and how many theories there is about the show is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty fun. All right, what's your favorite character and why?
Ooh, this is a tough one because I really like the main duo of the show, Phineas and Ferb, but I feel like I have to pick someone different, and I want to say Buford.
Buford.
Yeah.
Why Buford?
Because he's just a timeless character. Well, kind of built up on a trope, but he breaks it by doing some phenomenal work. Like what was that one episode? I remember I watched it when I was little. He just had like random molds of his friends for some reason.
Oh, I remember that.
I have no clue what you guys are talking about.
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah. It was from like one of the later seasons of the show?
I think so.
Yeah, because I remember I watched it pretty later on.
I remember watching Phineas and Ferb early on, so I remember the first 2 seasons a lot more. For older episodes, I do remember the Chronicles of Meep, one of my favorite episodes. But my favorite character would have to be either Ferb or Perry the Platypus, of course. I'd say the reason for that is because Ferb doesn't even have to talk as much as the main character, and he's just great. He's just funny. When he does talk, he has very inspirational stuff. And
he also bags.
He very do bags.
He very do bags.
Very do bags.
He
yes.
very do bags. I'm gonna start using that. Very do bags.
And then Perry the Platypus, because
he also bags.
He's just
he's just nonchalant. That's what he really
awesome.
is.
Who doesn't like Perry? Let's be honest here.
Oh,
like when people talk about Phineas and Ferb, what do people think about? Like
Perry the Platypus.
Yeah, Perry the Platypus. Like he's just an icon that carries the show for sure. How about you, Logan? Who's your favorite character? Don't say Vanessa.
Why would I say Vanessa?
I don't know. Why would
AJ, why would I say Vanessa?
It's the menacing giggles.
menacing giggles.
What about my menacing giggles makes you think it'd be Vanessa? What's the reasoning behind that,
previous
AJ?
Conversation.
What are you talking about? Previous conversation? I don't know what you're talking about right now.
I think I'm going insane a little bit.
I think you are. I think you're thinking about cannibalism again. But
that was on Wall-E. I'm sorry that's what this movie is about.
My favorite character, of course, has to be Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. Of course, it's Doofenshmirtz. Are you kidding me?
That is
the evil mastermind.
He is a memorable villain. That's all. He's
the true menace to society.
He's just an anti-hero. Let's be honest here.
He is an anti-hero. Yeah.
Like whenever he would talk about with his daughter Vanessa, he would actually be like a father compared to his parents. Because remember, he was born without parents.
Remember, he was just left outside as a gnome for all day and all night.
Oh my god. It's
all right.
It's like every single time he talks about his parents, it's always something sad.
He didn't have parents. What do you mean? He was raised by animals.
He was raised. He was raised by a platypus.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Maybe that's why he hates Perry. Who knows?
Remember, his parents left him at birth.
Oh yeah.
Parents said, "Oh, he's gonna
not good enough for me."
They saw the shape of his head. They were like, "No, can't have this.
No, it's not. This is not my kid.
It's not my kid." No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. What's your guys' favorite episode or favorite season from the show?
Ooh, favorite episode. You see, I don't have exact.
That's why I said like favorite season or favorite episode.
Oh, okay. So it was the one episode where I want to say it was, I think it was the Star Wars crossover.
Okay.
It was, see, even we both got the same reaction too. It just explains how good it is. I think that's the reason why I got into Star Wars, and I'm pretty sure it was probably one of the most memorable episodes of Phineas and Ferb in my opinion.
This is really bad to say, but I liked Star Wars already. But what got me into Star Wars more, I would have to be honest, would be the Family Guy Star Wars.
Oh,
that's what got me into Star Wars a lot more, because it's funny, and what Family Guy did with the crossover is really how the show or how the movies pretty much went. Besides, the comedy, like the comedy is still there, and then some of their actions and thoughts that they said in the Family Guy one is pretty much what we were thinking, which is pretty funny for sure. But anyway, that's a good choice. I'll have to admit that. You, Logan?
I think my favorite, I don't really have like a favorite episode or anything. I think my favorite moment's when I think the first time I remember Ferb talking on a episode. I'm pretty certain.
That was the first episode.
That was the first episode. No, it was the first episode. Never mind. Was it the first
That's
episode?
a roller coaster, and he talks.
No,
Or
I thought it was one of the later episodes. Like I want to say the finale.
Oh, he talks pretty early on.
Or maybe it's just because of just the overall built up time. Maybe the first time I remember seeing Ferb talk, I was like,
He talks,
"What,
bro? Speaking facts."
It just threw me off. I don't really have like a favorite episode though.
Just whenever you.
You also got to remember my actual like memory when it comes to stuff. When it comes to film, is as good as a 2-year-old's memory about what happened when they were 2. So
that is fair.
You're asking the wrong question to me about that.
I have a favorite few episodes, but I would say my favorite season would have to be the first one because it's the most memorable.
It is.
It's very basic, but I do like the older seasons too because they get more complex. I just like the simplicity of the first season because it just builds up the characters. It just shows you how complex our stories has gotten over time. Because I even look at old movies as in Toy Story. It is very simple and centralized to the characters rather than the background and all that. It is very basic.
Yeah.
But
are you saying you're basic, AJ?
I am very basic. My favorite season and episode, like I said, is season 1. I like a bunch of episodes. One of my favorites is where Candace plays as the monster in Phineas and Ferb's movie. Oh. That one's very funny. Along with Candace busting Phineas and Ferb for the first time. And then, like I said before, Chronicles of Meep as well.
Ooh.
All right. Because who doesn't like the episode when the show actually listens to us and sees what happens if they got caught? And it's funny because there's a theory that I saw online, or I shouldn't say a theory, but theory from an event that happened online. Voice actor for Linda posted on Twitter saying, I knew about this whole situation the whole time. So it kind of just proves that like the mother never really cared that they did all this stuff in the first place.
Oh.
I just thought that was a little interesting fun fact that I saw.
Because that would be an interesting concept, whether the mom knew or not.
Exactly.
I don't know. I also found another theory on some forum on Reddit, and it's like, okay, no, sorry, you're good. So apparently, this is a more darker one, but so apparently Candace.
You're all good. You're organizing notes.
Yeah. You can already hear him shuffling through. But so apparently Candace has trauma-induced schizophrenia.
Oh, I've heard about that one.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
And I've watched like a couple series of videos, and I've taken like the main points away. So apparently, Doofenshmirtz is her psychologist, which these are some bogus like. It's a far stretch. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a far stretch. And apparently Phineas was born highly intelligent and was bullied for it. They called him a nerd and stuff. And then she would imagine like, and apparently Phineas dies out of nowhere.
I was about to say, I heard the theory about her, about all that, but
Mm.
because of both of her brothers dying in the past, that's why she's schizophrenic.
And she's imagining each episode as almost kind of like
memories.
Yeah, almost like
I see
memories
that,
or just her way of coping with Phineas's death. And then apparently the final episode when he leaves the college, it's kind of like her acceptance of Phineas's death. And I was like, oh, so I don't know. But there's always going to be theories like that in each and every show. So I just take it with a grain of salt.
It's interesting to think about for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You're smiling over there. You got anything else to say to that?
I mean, I do have my own theory, but I want to wait.
You want to wait?
I want to wait. I want to sit on it a little bit.
Oh.
All right. Well, it is 10:16. We're going to make a 10-minute break here. So let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break. So this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. This is WXUT 88.3, and continue to enjoy the soundtrack of Phineas and Ferb. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And today we're going to be continuing on with the show Phineas and Ferb. So yeah, are you guys ready for some theories that I was able to find online?
Hell yeah.
Alrighty, let's get on started. So, why do you guys think Ferb doesn't talk as much?
I want to say that was a decision made by the creators for some unknown reason.
Yeah, please turn that off. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think Ferb doesn't talk because, well, maybe he's just a shy little boy.
Maybe he's just a shy little boy. No. I mean, sure, but no. He's a master stoic.
What do you mean by that?
All right, I'll explain that here in a second. So the reason why he could potentially be master stoic.
Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Shout out Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh.
I'd say it's because he's holding in a lot of emotions when something just doesn't casually go away.
So men.
That is crazy. That is
No, I'm just
crazy. No, so he doesn't let his emotions kind of control.
Nice. Hold up.
Got a
Oh, no.
phone call. All right. So he doesn't kind of let his emotions impact him negatively. If that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
He takes the error in life and kind of just use it as a way to improve his life and learn from it, rather than, well, this is my whole personality, and he just kind of just accepts it, that there's just errors in life and learns from it. Ferb also knows how to, like I said, control his emotions. He sacrifices his life for others many a times, and that's part of the Stoics' virtue, just virtues that they have, which is wisdom, moderation, justice, and courage. So that's part of it. He makes the most out of what he has, as in when it comes to Phineas and Ferb making stuff. They just rely on what sources they can get and what they have. AKA the first episode, they use peanut butter to hold the roller coaster down. So that kind of helps with it. He uses his resources. He's very patient with his life, and when like I said, when life doesn't go his way, he doesn't take it as negatively. He's just well, it's just part of life. Kind of moves on from it and learns from it. AKA Vanessa when she leaves him. So, yes, it's kind of a little deep, but
I'll feel you, my brother. That's all right.
He does not care what others think of him and just live life to the fullest. So that's pretty much what he does, and that's why when he speaks, he doesn't care what happens to him. AKA when he says the comment to Buford, he just knocks him down. Because he hit, I don't know if you remember, he hits a pressure point on Buford, and Buford goes to the ground.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah. What did you guys think of that theory?
I think if you I feel like if you rewatch a show after hearing that, you start to notice it, which I should probably start doing pretty soon. But I could definitely see all those attributes of a master stoic. But all I'm saying is a Roman emperor really made one of the most memorable characters of all cartoon history.
Okay.
I could see it. 100%. It would make sense. Sorry, kind of.
No, you're good.
Got a little interrupted there, but
Who was on the phone?
shout out my dad. Shout out my dad.
We love your dad, right?
Absolutely, love you, Dad. You know, should probably change my ringtone or turn it off next time since.
That's the first time we've had that happen, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It happens. Life happens.
Exactly. And you know what? That's just like what Ferb realizes. Life does happen, but he keeps pushing on and he keeps pushing forward. Shout out Ferb.
Shout out for
In a world of Phineas's and Ferbs, be a Ferb.
Just be a Ferb.
We could really all learn a lot from Ferb.
Yeah. You learn that you can bag, but then sometimes when the bag gets taken from you, sometimes you just got to keep it pushing like a G.
I agree to you on that one.
Because guess what? There's more bags to catch.
Oh.
Interesting. All right. Do you guys want to guess how many times Ferb talks?
Yes, I really do.
All right. I want to give you guys a number between 1 and 500.
Is it how many times he's talked or how many words he's actually said?
Talked.
So how many times he's opened his mouth and talked?
Yes.
Okay, so not the amount of words he said on the show. All right.
Because if this says anything, I watched I'll be throwing this on my website. I found a compilation of every line that he's had, and I counted every time.
That video must have been about 12 seconds long.
No, it was 40 minutes.
No way.
Yeah.
So
30 to 40 minutes.
They must have dissected it.
It's definitely not like 100, 200 then.
All right. From number 1 to 500, go.
I'm going to say 39 times.
39 times? How about you?
I'd say a good 75, 80, 75 or 80.
You both are nowhere close to it. Ferb talked 314 times.
Wow.
Yes.
Are we in the Matrix? Is the life a simulation?
I swear he never talked that much.
He talks.
He talks 314.
On average, he talks once or twice per episode. Yes.
Then
are we certain they're not just counting a
I promise you, because I'm the one counting them. Because there's no tally on that. Every time he would like have a speaking line, I'd number it.
Oh. He really talks that much?
Yeah.
I thought he was supposed to be a stoic.
Stoics are allowed to talk. He just doesn't need to express every emotion he has.
Oh.
There's no way. I'm calling.
You sure you counted right?
It's this.
It is cap.
It is cap.
There is a letter C on the hat too. That's the funny thing.
Cap. That's what it stands for. It stands for you capping.
I think he's pulling up the YouTube video.
Let me pull it up.
Are you certain you didn't watch
39 minutes.
Oh.
I'm not going to play the whole thing. But yeah. There you go.
I mean, we don't got headphones, so.
Hey, well, yeah, we're not going to be playing it. I'm just kind of like showing you guys.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
There you go. So yeah. 314 times. Okay. Do you want to take a guess? This number has actually surprised me because I was surprised as you guys when it came to the number of how many times Ferb has talked. Do you guys want to guess how many times Perry almost got caught?
I feel like that one would have been more.
No. Between the number 1 to 100.
I'm going to throw my guess out. I want to say it's...
Stay hydrated.
He says that while drinking a sweet tea.
Hey, sweet tea is hydration.
Actually, tea dehydrates you. Fun fact, it's like caffeine, or it's like coffee. It dehydrates.
It makes me feel
It dries you up. Yeah, probably because the studio. For anyone out there listening.
The studio is
It's
cold.
hot.
Bad.
It's hot.
All right. You want to go first this time?
Yeah, I'll go first. I want to say a good 35 times.
Okay. Logan? Again, this is all from the sources that I was able to find, by the way. So I could be wrong, totally wrong, but this is what I could possibly
I'm going to say 44 times.
Okay. 18 times. Here's all almost caught.
I was going to say 19 originally.
Should have went with your gut, man. Should have went with your gut.
Whoa.
So we kind of already dove into this, but this kind of goes more into why Perry goes after Doofenshmirtz. Not only he's like, supposed to be the villain of the show, but Doofenshmirtz, I can't speak. Doofenshmirtz is supposed to be the villain, but he's more so an anti-hero. But if you guys remember from the movie The Second Dimension, Perry has a little scanner in his hat, and he has that scanner throughout the whole show, if you think about it. And every time he has that scanner in the hat, right, he is getting more information about the machines that Doofenshmirtz is making, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how Doofenshmirtz joins this like little evil corporation with all these like actual evil people compared to Doofenshmirtz. But the only way to get close to that, because that's what, the group that Perry's in, which is the OWCA. So they're trying to get into the evil corporation and, actually bust them and get them caught and all that. So Doofenshmirtz is the easiest way to do that because he's not as evil. He's an anti-hero. He's very clumsy. He's not very organized with his work. So the scanner gets enough information. And you guys remember the amnesia inator?
Yes.
They, through the scanner over the years, they figured out that they are able to make use the resources that they got from Doofenshmirtz and makes an actual practical machine for themselves to use, and that's what the amnesiator is, and that's what they use to erase the memories of Phineas and Ferb at the end of, or Phineas and Ferb and his friends and family at the end of the second dimension.
Whoa!
So that one's a little bit deep, but it makes sense. Because Carl, which is Monogram's assistant, aka the guy that talks to Perry at the beginning of each episode.
Oh, okay.
But Carl references like, oh, this is credit to Doofenshmirtz, blah blah. He made this. Like, it's kind of funny, kind of throwing a little fact in there. It's kind of fun. But yeah, what do you guys think of that?
I want to say Doofenshmirtz has the talent, but he's just putting it in like the wrong industry. Like, I feel like he could definitely save lives with the inventions that he's made, but no.
I agree with you on that one. Like, he's genuinely not a bad guy. Some of his inventions are genuinely evil. Like, some of them could actually cause harm.
Mm-hmm.
But most of them are just like practical daily use that you could better someone's life. You're quiet over there and you're squinting at me like you have a thought.
Feeling pretty stoic,
Feeling pretty stoic over there?
I am.
Don't want to express your feelings about Phineas and Ferb right now?
No. Because Doofenshmirtz is... I guess...
Do you consider Doofenshmirtz a villain still then, or?
I consider him a person who strives to be a villain, but fails at trying to be a villain.
I agree to that one for sure. All right.
He wants to be the villain.
He wants to be the best.
Yes,
but doesn't. He wants to be the best in the area and nowhere else because he does not want to go anywhere else besides the tri-state area.
Yes. Yeah.
Now that you talk about it, why has he never expanded outside of the tri-state area?
I haven't. No.
That's a pretty good question. Any thoughts on that?
I'm not gonna lie. For Phineas and Ferb, I thought there only was the tri-state area.
Tri-state area is just Earth.
It's just Earth, man.
Earth is one big city.
It is just one big city.
Maybe he would be badass in Bikini Bottom.
He would.
Mm-hmm.
He would be pretty bad. What is your guys' favorite invention that Doofenshmirtz has made that you can remember?
Again, with these memory questions, man.
I just said to your best knowledge and ability. You can look up to see.
Oh, I totally am.
I would say my favorite would have to be the Norm, like the big old robot that he made to be his assistant. I don't know if you guys remember in a few episodes. I don't know how long Norm, but it's just like his butler does things for him, and it's a mouse controlling it or a hamster. I can't remember which one. But yeah, that's one of my favorite. A couple of others that I thought were just kind of evil, and I thought they were interesting because they were actually evil for once, which is like termite control. You know how much damage you could do if you had termite control?
A lot of damage.
A lot of damage. Same with the Invisible-inator, because he tried to... Because the whole concept of the Invisible-inator through that episode was to make the... Because it's Isabel's, troop selling cookies and all that, and Doofenshmirtz got tired of them bothering him, so he would just want to try to turn them invisible forever, so he doesn't have to see them anymore. So I feel like you could easily do some evil stuff, like actually robbing the bank and doing stuff with that, like an actual villain would do, but he doesn't use it as that way. So that's why I say he's not really a villain.
Mine's the D-Panda-inator. Yeah.
Why?
Because he tried to make all the pandas become monochromatic bears. Yeah.
Bro's the reason why pandas are going extinct.
That's why they all gotta, they all gotta do kung fu now. So that way they gotta fight off Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Get Jack Black to teach them all.
Yes.
That's another movie I should talk about, is Kung Fu Panda.
That's one I could come on with some memory.
See, I only watched the first one because I didn't think...
What? You didn't watch the other two?
Nope. Other three, you mean?
I don't count Kung Fu Panda 4. I feel like it's already perfect as a trilogy. That's my
I haven't even seen the fourth, I don't think. So
I've only seen the first and then like a quarter of the second one, and I stopped watching it because I didn't care for the second one.
I grew up wanting to be Tai Lung. No,
I grew up wanting to be the villain, I'll be honest with you. I thought he was bad. Like, he was awesome, dude. Like, who wanted...
Tai Lung...
You didn't want to be belly bumped by Jack Black?
I know he's a cat, but he was a dog for real. You know what I mean?
He had that dog in him.
He had that dog in him.
My question is, Kung Fu doesn't make sense. How is that goose the father of a panda? It doesn't make sense. It's like Tarzan. Well, Tarzan actually makes sense.
Then let's get into my quick theory.
Oh?
About Phineas and Ferb.
All right, let's spill
some beans. Since you're, talking about how a goose isn't, how could that be the father of a panda? How can you sit here and not tell me that Dr. Doofenshmirtz is not the father of Phineas? He 100% is. He 100% is the actual father.
Are you saying the head build? Is that why?
Absolutely. No way. Like, Ferb looks like the dad.
Yeah. And Candace looks like the mom.
Phineas looks like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Why do you think they're sort of eerily similar? Or maybe, here's even a better theory. What if Phineas is Dr. Doofenshmirtz before he's evil?
Goes along with Candace, the Candace schizophrenic idea.
Got two of them right there for you. But that's the son, 100%. Why do you think he became or tried to be evil afterwards? Because the mom cheated with Ferb's dad, and that's why he's so mean now.
Are you saying that Doofenshmirtz goes back in time and actually tries to destroy the area so he doesn't have to have a life?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes so much sense now, because right when Candace is about to buzz Phineas and Ferb, it's always one of Doofenshmirtz's innators that like erases the intervention.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's kind of like a sign of him warning his past self. Oh, that's literally.
Did we
that's
just come up with a new theory?
Who knows? Someone's write that down.
Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down. Phineas is the young version of Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
And Dr. Doofenshmirtz is trying to stop himself from hurting himself in the future.
Which is why he destroys all his inventions.
Exactly. Makes sense. But it's always by accidents, though.
Who knows? People have planned accidents before.
Look at the sticky notes. That is
People
crazy.
have planned accidents before.
What do you,
I'm not going to lie. That might be one of my favorite
Why do you think
quotes.
insurance fraud is a crime?
I thought you were just going to talk about why half the people are on this planet today, but that's not what I'm getting at.
That is crazy. Anywho, oh goodness gracious. We just came up with a new theory. I like that one. That one's fun. That one's interesting. We're gonna take a 10-minute break. We're gonna see you on at 11:01. So yeah, please enjoy some more Phineas and Ferb soundtrack. Because who doesn't like Phineas and Ferb's music? Let's be honest here. They're always bangers.
I mean, might be one of the best intros.
Best intros.
One of the
Did
best
you?
ones.
That's a
this
top
is
3
actually
best
another
intro.
Fun fact. Did you know that the intro song wasn't supposed to be the way it is? It originally had a different idea to be like a jazz, like Looney Tunes intro, like the old.
Oh,
I'm not going to lie. Kind of like the vibe they went for. It matches the characters and show a lot more.
It does, but like the reason why they went with the rock idea is because of the generation we grew up in. They wanted to like push the audience to more modern kids, so that makes sense. Anywho, let's enjoy some more Phineas and Ferb soundtrack. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And we're going to be continuing talking about Phineas and Ferb. And Logan had to leave. Sorry for starting a little late, but that's why Logan had to leave. But we still have our other guest here. And yeah, are you excited for some fun facts?
I'm darn tootin' excited.
You're very excited. Good. So I'm gonna start listing off if you have anything that you want to jump in to say, comments or like whatever. Let me know.
All right.
Because I do have a lot. So it took 16 years to get Phineas and Ferb on air. Dan Povenmire and Zach Moncrief left Family Guy to make Phineas and Ferb.
Family Guy. I thought that was an original idea at first, just from them two alone, but I didn't realize took them that long just for the show to start up.
Yeah. So, and then the first drawing of Phineas and Ferb was done on a napkin in a diner.
Ooh, I have heard of this.
Phineas the name came from Phileas Fogg, which is a main character of Jules Verne's Around the World in 80 Days book.
That's interesting.
And then the humor of Phineas and Ferb is like a mix between Family Guy and SpongeBob. Like that was their goal.
Oh, I could definitely see that now, especially with the cutaways too.
Exactly. 2015, Phineas and Ferb became the longest running Disney animated show. So like
Ever?
at that time,
Oh.
like 2015, because that's when it ended. So it was at that time it was the longest animated show. So ever since Doofenshmirtz is German, Doof means dumb or stupid, which makes sense. Ferb is voiced by Thomas Brody Sangster, who is also in Game of Thrones and Maze Runner.
Oh, wait, that's actually. That's interesting.
Danville is named Dan Poven, like is after the co-creator and the voice of Doofenshmirtz, which is pretty interesting that Danville is just named after him. The theme song is performed by the band Bowling for Soup, which is a rock band at that time. And like I said, they're the ones that, made the intro song and wanted to be rock because that's what younger audiences were interested at that time.
But they really did a good job with the theme song. Basically, anybody who lived in the United States during like 2010 would not forget about that theme song.
No, not at all. If you forgot about it, sad.
Have you really had a real childhood if you haven't watched Phineas and Ferb?
That is true. Or at least one episode or
like at least a single episode, not even the entire show, just one episode.
Because if it at least takes, like, you're learning stuff from the show for sure.
No matter, it could be from ancient history with the one episode where Buford cuts the, Gordian knot. Is that what it was called? That one episode where Phineas and Ferb they tried to build the Gordian knot, like this massive scale of it in their backyard.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I remember that episode. And then Buford just like, oh, yeah, I heard this story from one of my history classes, and like it cuts away to ancient Greek times with Alexander.
Ancient Greek times, Alexander Hamilton.
Nope, not that Alexander. Different Alexander.
But yeah,
the great Alexander.
Or just V-E. Povenmire and Marsh, which previously wrote Cat Dog and Rocco's Modern Life. They're the ones that helped write that as well.
Oh, that's it. That's actually pretty cool.
The sound of Perry is actually the sound of a platypus, and it's funny because I don't remember if it was Marsh or Povenmire, but I think when they're like trying to come up with a character, they originally were thinking of a capybara. And
that would have been sick.
I think they were clever with the platypus because they wanted something that not a normal person could easily adopt as a pet. They didn't want it. They wanted it to be unique, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
So the sound that Perry actually makes is pretty close to what an actual platypus sounds like. And it's funny because what was I going to say?
Was it going to be about the UV lights and platypus?
I don't remember. Crap, I had it and I lost it. Anywho, I can also make the Perry the platypus noise.
That is an on key impression of Perry the platypus.
I don't remember how I did it, but I just remember one day I just started doing it and I just been able to do it. Pretty much the only way I can make the noise is just think of like you're gargling water. That's the way I'm doing it. It's like
Ooh.
That's the only way I can think about how to do it. People are like, "How do you do that?" And they think it's my tongue, but it's not my tongue. That is like a Chewy because Chewbacca's
his is more like guttural, I think.
Yeah. Platypus is more back of the mouth.
Oh. I tried.
But yeah, I wanted to add that little fun fact about myself and that. But yeah, like I said, either Marsh or Povenmire, I can't remember. They didn't know what an actual platypus was even a real animal at first when they were making this character. So that's funny.
They somehow discovered an animal by accident, which
it happens.
It's pretty funny when you think about it.
We all learn animals eventually. And there's a lot of animals out there, so I wouldn't be surprised if you don't know a lot of them. There's a crap ton out there, and a platypus is just a funny one. When Candace was having the allergic reaction, I already said it before, and sung it was voiced by Dan Povenmire, aka the voice of Doofenshmirtz and the co-creator. This is actually more of a real fun fact. Early episodes of Phineas and Ferb, Phineas had black eyebrows, while in the later episodes it was red.
Huh.
It's really hard to tell because it's like not even attached to him. It's like right up, like above his head.
Like his eyelashes or eyebrows?
It's eyebrows, more as his eyebrows.
Oh. Huh. Maybe I should really go back and watch this episode just to notice that.
Ferb's favorite color is yellow. I don't know why, but it's just
Then
what I
why
was-
would he dye his hair green then?
that is. But think about it, that's just color hair. But you don't know if they dyed their hair or not.
But like, if you look at the parents and you look at the dad, so he either should have been born with brown hair or red hair.
That is true. Let me look that fact up. Why is Ferb's hair green? Because it's just because the way it is. I think it's just like more so the universe out there, and it's just the characters, how they're designed, and
Oh,
it really doesn't give much.
I thought there was like a canon reason of why.
Canon reason.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if there was.
Like, what if Phineas and Ferb had like a little freak accident during their experiments, and his hair is like permanently dyed green because of it. Like the Joker.
That is true. That would make sense.
Mm.
Ferb is secretly the Joker,
Oh my god.
and Phineas is just Harley Quinn.
Not Harley Quinn.
Ooh, who would Phineas be out of DC villains?
I want to say. That is. He would definitely not be like some. It has to be some like tech savvy character, or someone who just has a lot of doohickeys and what's not.
Oh, I'm thinking of a character and I can't think of it.
Gizmo from Teen Titans.
I could see that.
But Gizmo's kind of annoying.
Bane, that's what I was thinking of.
Bane?
I could see Phineas as Bane.
No.
Because if you think about
yeah, please
or
explain.
Lex Luthor.
Please explain one or both. I'm actually interested.
I don't remember, but I remember wasn't either Lex Luthor or Bane like the original characters before they turned evil? Weren't they actually friends with Bruce Wayne?
I feel like that would make sense with Lex Luthor, but then you have to realize Bane was like born in a prison in Cuba.
That is true. That's the only reason I could think of.
I could definitely see it more in Lex Luthor, but Bane?
I could see Lex Luthor better now, actually. Sorry, my bad. I couldn't remember which one it was, Lex Luthor or Bane. It's been a while.
I think you might have been thinking about Lex Luthor more, because wasn't he? He was definitely in the business sector with Bruce Wayne.
I'd say Lex Luthor then. Could you see that?
I can.
Ferb as the Joker is crazy though, because he doesn't talk that much. That's
Exactly. Who knows what he's scheming up there in his stoic mind of his?
That stoic mind of his.
Who knows? Maybe perhaps he will take Doofenshmirtz's throne of king of the tri-state area.
The king of the tri-state area. That'd be pretty interesting.
Maybe Ferb will invent something that will, I don't know, brainwash people.
Brainwash people.
What? They can be like his little minions. Phineas and
Ferb did make robots, so
he did. That could be interesting. Huh.
I also thought about it like with the way Phineas is as a person, or as a little kid. I could see the Penguin, because Phineas has that little like jokingly vibe to it. But I could see Phineas also as the Riddler.
Ooh. Those are very interesting takes, I would say. I don't know about the Riddler personally. I mean, I could see it with how smart both of them are. It's just Phineas is more focused with engineering, and like the Riddler is more with like ciphers and codes.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're sticking to Lex Luthor then?
Yeah, Lex Luthor would probably be the main character.
That is one thing I'm surprised. I mean, ever since Disney, I can understand why, but I'm just surprised they didn't do a DC crossover. Because they already did a Marvel crossover. Why not make a DC one?
Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Disney will save up a bazillion dollars and will buy DC.
I mean, they already own Marvel. Why not just
one more step, and you have the entire comic book industry under your finger. But who knows? Maybe the Supreme Court of Justice will be like, nope, not allowed.
I don't think the creators of DC Comics would allow that.
No, they it's like it's a blood feud between DC and Marvel. They don't even know why they're fighting. It's just they just do it just to do it.
I even think because since Disney bought Marvel, there's even just a Marvel Disney comic, and then there's just a normal Marvel comics.
Mm.
If you think about it, because there's like Disney Marvel comics, because you would see the copyright, and then there's Marvel. So it's just interesting.
It's interesting.
All right, there's some more facts I have to finish up for that. Jeremy was almost not a visible character, but like just one that was just talked about.
Like a throwaway character?
Yeah, pretty much a throwaway character. But because instead of like us seeing him, we would just hear the characters talk about him.
Oh.
That's how it was originally supposed to be. And then they decided to throw in Jeremy because of the voice actor. They really liked that voice actor.
And who was a voice actor?
It was I'm looking it up real quick. It was a character from Hannah Montana. I can tell you that much. It is Mitchell Musso.
Mitchell Musso. I have to see a photo of him.
Here. I would just show a younger photo because it's not. You want. Boom.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they really liked his voice for Jeremy, so they didn't throw away the character.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really interesting, in my opinion. It's crazy to think that he just grew up with Disney. He is 33 years old.
Jesus.
And
I wonder what most of these former Disney Channel stars are doing now.
Most of them were not having good lives. Most of them.
I don't know. After watching what was that one documentary?
That's Nickelodeon.
Oh. No, eventually.
I mean, they're pretty much the same thing.
There's definitely going to be evil people in those industries.
With like anything that deals with child actors,
there's going to be evil around. There's going to
be really disturbing crap behind it.
Like what was that one story? I remember it was during the filming of Zach and Cody on Suites, where they're in the cruise ship instead of the hotel.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in one of the episodes, there's this one episode where one of the main characters, she's a girl, this Asian girl. She was like putting on an outfit at like this dressing room, and like there's like a voice in the mirror criticizing her. It's like, oh, this looks bad on you. You should get this one instead. And I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that guy had a restraining order to not work with Disney anymore.
Oh.
And through his connections, he was able to land a job back for some reason.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. Bro did some of his homework talking about notepad. Here's your notepad.
Oh, thank you. I forgot to grab it earlier.
No, you're all good. I kind of figured you needed that, and I just looked over and I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot you did.
It's nothing much of notes. It's just maybe a couple doodles here and there.
A couple doodles, bro.
Yep.
Bro was bored and drew.
Yeah, I did. One night I drew. This was after I left the movie theaters from Lawrence of Arabia, so I decided to like draw him, and it's him like holding this curved blade sideways with like his grip. He's like gripping the blade, and he's like his hands are just gripping it for some reason.
The 1962 movie?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Oh my god, dude, you have to watch it. It's so good. Don't mind how long it is. There's a break in the middle, so you can literally just stop it there and continue it the next day. But I did not do that. I went to the movie theaters and watched it personally.
Did they just do like a reunion, like how they do with some old movies they replay in the theaters?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it came out the 11th. I was able to snag the ticket for the last showing the next day. And I want to say I'm not proud of how much I spent on concessions that day.
Hey, sometimes you got to treat yourself every once in a while.
That is. And the treat was supposed to last me 4 hours.
Hey.
Well,
I feel like for long movies, I mean, depending on the movie, it's definitely worth watching the movie theater. But if you're there a long time, you're gonna be hungry and thirsty. You're gonna eat. But the bad thing about it is, crap, I have to go to the bathroom now. But you don't want to leave and miss anything.
Exactly.
See, like that's the only downside of movies that are
Like
long.
I've definitely seen longer movies than Lawrence of Arabia. Lawrence of Arabia is like what, under 4 hours? Is that right?
Just barely. Like 18
I've
minutes under.
watched the, what was it, the 1927 version of Napoleon.
Interesting.
It's insane. The production behind it's insane. Like there's even like whole YouTube documentaries about them. So apparently there's like 22 different cuts. This year there's a new one that's like 7 hours.
Holy.
In the original like director's like full thing, not the final cut. There's another word that's short for it. It was the Paris version, and that's like 9 hours and 5 minutes.
Did it come out in 2023?
No, it came out in 1927.
That's that one. I said
Just look up.
5 hours and 30 minutes.
That's the version that I watched.
Dang. What do they do? What is it? Just all one take? Like, are they long shots? Like,
so what he planned on doing, the director behind it, that was supposed to be one of 6 movies.
oh wow.
And he wasn't able to secure funding for them.
So we just decided to do one.
He just decided to keep the one for now.
You should do one whole movie for all 5.
Yeah, and like what's cool about that movie is the finale, because it
says 6 hours. it says one title up here says 5 hours and 30, and then you go to IMDb. I think it just rounds it up. It says a massive 6-hour biopic.
So
But that's crazy.
I know. So what's cool about that movie is the finale. So originally it's supposed to be played in like these giant like opera hall screens. And so what they would do, they would literally sync up 3 projectors, and when the finale was supposed to come out, it's supposed to like spread out, and there's like 3 different screens. So you're literally overstimulated by just panels of like sound and moving pictures. Like I remember when I first watched it on the 2016 one that was 5.5 hours. I have that copy. Not proud that I spent $30 on it, but womp womp.
That is not bad for a 5.5 hour movie.
Exactly. I get more content. I get more content for my bucks.
You did. You lucked out.
And so the finale on the DVD and Blu-ray version. So the movie just shrinks down.
Mm-hmm.
So the letters are like tiny. Like I could probably show you a demonstration on my notepad real quick.
You're all good. You're all good.
So it's so you're seeing it like in a regular aspect ratio.
Yeah.
It just shrinks down and then it just expands like wow. So whoosh.
Just like what
That
they
works.
do for like the preview trailer before the movie starts. Like, you can watch the movie in this ultra realistic.
Like when you go to a Cinemark XD theater and they play that one clip before where they show you all like, you're not supposed to watch a movie on a smartphone, dummy. Like they're like, we're so glad you spent $12 extra to watch it in this place. And it just expands out. And I remember first time watching that, I was like, what? They did this 100 years ago? And I was shocked because I was like, oh my God, why do they not do this more often? But then I realized greed.
Agreed. Yeah. One movie that isn't talked about much and should be, or at least I'm just around the wrong people who probably talked about it, is the Avatar movies.
The James Cameron ones?
Yes, like with the blue people.
Oh my God.
Those are amazing.
They are. I would have to say the second one, maybe it should have came out a little bit after the first one to at least get people, hyped like, oh, when's the next one going to come out?
But it was so worth the wait, though. I loved the second one. I personally thought it was better than the first one.
I like the first one just because of nostalgic reasons alone, but then the second one,
it just blew me out of the water because of how good everything looks.
Like, I can see why he waited, what was it, like 13 years?
It took him that long to make it because most of the water was realistic.
So he definitely...
That movie was expensive.
It was expensive, and he got his money back, and he's willing to make how many more? If I remember correctly?
Third one, so it's supposed to be a trilogy.
Oh. I remember...
Or at least 2 more then.
So there's the first one and the second one. I remember I seen it in some article. They were talking about how he already had the story written out for like maybe 5 or 6 movies, if I remember correctly. And might be less. Who knows?
Yeah, there's supposed to be 2 more or 3 more actually.
3 more. Okay, so
3,
5
4,
movies.
And 5. Avatar 3 is 2025. Avatar 4 is 2029, and Avatar 5 is 2031. That is crazy seeing those numbers though.
Like we're possibly gonna be out of the school by the time the last movie comes out.
I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be gone next year.
Oh my god!
Next year, next year I'll be or not this upcoming spring, but next spring after that, 2026 spring.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I'm a junior. I'm old.
Oh, you're not that old.
I don't say I'm that old. I really don't. But yeah, dang, I can't believe. I don't know what they're gonna do. I personally thought they were already because, in my opinion, I thought they were already done after the first one. I had no clue they were making a second one, and I didn't expect it because the story I thought ended just fine.
I could see why he waited 13 years for that because he wanted the technology to improve, and
they were making the movie while the technology improved. So I think they were just okay. Redo this. Add this on.
Like I remember seeing a story once how he basically like made like this brand new technology just for Avatar, and it was the real 3D camera. So like the actors would wear like their motion suits, and the camera would also have like those little dots as well, and it would literally capture it in real time. And like when I saw the behind scenes footage, I was like, "What?" I
love mocap. Mocap is so cool.
Oh my god. I don't even if put me in that studio, I would just mess around and have fun.
Hey, it'd be a great time.
It would be a great time.
Anywho, we got a little bit off topic, but that's okay. We had time to spare. One more fact before we end this little subject, and then we'll be on like our last question pretty much of the night. Isabella was named after the co-creator Dan Povermeyer, oldest daughter. So it was like a little inspiration that he had to.
Do you think it stopped at the name, or is it like the actual like personality?
I think it was just a name, if I remember correctly.
Maybe.
I mean, it'd be interesting if it was both.
Because I could imagine someone acting as Isabella.
I can see it too.
Who knows? Maybe there's walking Isabellas among us.
Oh my god, Among Us. All right, we're gonna end the segment here. We'll see you on at 11:40 for our last 2 things, and we'll be done for the night. Anywho, this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, and we're gonna be continuing on with this amazing Phineas and Ferb soundtrack that we have for you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, and today we're going to be continuing on our last session, our last subject for the night of Phineas and Ferb. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed some peaceful and amazing music from Phineas and Ferb. We're going to be probably ending a little bit early tonight, but that's okay. You guys can enjoy the amazing soundtrack of Phineas and Ferb after we're done. Anywho, I got a last question, or our last question for the night, and then probably one last theory for you. All right. If you were a character from the show, what character would you be? Like, what's the closest character to you? And if you can't think of anything, what character would you be? Like, sure, we did the BuzzFeed quiz. That's just for fun, you know. I just wanted to.
No, because I'm definitely not Isabel. Dang, I would have to really put a lot of thought into this answer, but I would have to say, I want to say the dad of Phineas and Ferb. I don't know why. He great guy. Everyone loves him.
Chill, very relaxed.
Yep, very relaxed.
Obsessed over the stuff that he does like, though.
Yep, he has dedication. I like that.
Dedication. We love people with dedication.
Yep. He has a lot of passion towards his hobbies, like fishing.
As well as his Gladiator movies.
Yes, and also the Grand Prix at Monaco, where Top Gear made an appearance in that one episode. I did not know this until afterwards.
Did you know Shaun of the Dead also appeared in the show as well?
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Which episode?
It was when I forget the title, but it's when it's like the zombie virus, but it said it's like the Doofenshmirtz virus. Like if you get touched by Doofenshmirtz, you turn into Doofenshmirtz.
Oh,
It's like that vibe.
Oh, I don't think I remember that episode, but I'm pretty sure I might have watched it without noticing it.
It is like very sudden there, more so like an Easter egg. So.
Oh. Top Gear's a goated guest appearance.
That is goated. There's a lot of guest appearances in Phineas and Ferb for sure.
Like I know Top Gear made an appearance. I'm not sure who else also showed up. I want to assume when that one episode where Phineas and Ferb wanted to get their parents' favorite band back together.
Yes.
I want to say maybe that's a good spot for a guest appearance, but I'm not sure who. Maybe I didn't go way too deep into it. Who knows?
I don't remember, but I think it was just supposed to be like a normal band. I know it was supposed to be the band from the 80s because that's when they were growing up. The parents were. It was supposed to give off that vibe. I know that.
Maybe it must be a band from like the late 80s because assuming from that flashback, that's what like the fashion looked like at the time.
Trying to see if there's names I recognize. Tim Curry.
Oh.
Tim Curry is a one well-known guest star.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recognize most of these names that well. Keith Ferguson. There's a lot of guest appearances, but a lot that I don't recognize as much.
I want to say maybe who. I want to say Weird Al Yankovic might have probably done an appearance at Phineas and Ferb.
That'd be that must.
Am I wrong by saying that? Am I?
What's the name again?
Weird Al.
I think Weird Al. Here, let me look.
I feel like he has done an appearance on Phineas and Ferb at some point.
There's no way that he didn't.
Or unless if it's like some Mandela effect. Then.
I know he's in Teen Titans. He's in.
Are you looking at his IMDb credits?
Yeah, I am.
Because he's done like a lot of like guest appearances on like different shows. What was it? Back at the Barnyard, Adventure Time, SpongeBob. If I remember,
he was Jeff Swampy and the movie Candace. It was the movie Candace Against the Universe. That's the one that Weird Al was in. It was a movie, many movies that Phineas and Ferb has made.
Oh. Isn't that the Disney Plus original one, if I remember? The Candace Against the Universe?
Yeah, it came out in 2020.
I wonder why I haven't watched it. I don't have a Disney
Am I the
Plus.
only one that doesn't remember many movies from Phineas and Ferb? Like, the only one I remember is the 2D.
I don't even remember the 2D as much as like the Star Wars crossover.
The crossover, isn't that just a movie?
I think it was like a 1 hour special, if I remember.
I was going to say, it has to be just a special rather than a movie.
Because I remember the Marvel crossover was exactly the same as the Star Wars one. Well, not like exactly plot-wise, but...
like laid out,
yes.
Long. Something like that, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know where the location that Phineas and Ferb is actually based off of?
Tri-State area. I want to say somewhere in the Southwest United States.
So I had I was trying to find an exact pinpoint. Some places were just saying it is actually like the tri-state area, the like 3 states and all of that. Some were saying in Alabama,
Alabama,
as in like the show Phineas and Ferb was inspired by Dan Povemeyer's childhood in Alabama. Like that was a theory that it could be like about his childhood.
I don't really see a lot of like when they actually go into the city. I don't really see a lot of that like Southern influence in the architecture though. Some
say that it's was inspired by Dan's memories in the 70s. So yeah, I think that was confirmed that it was just like about his childhood events, and then some just say it's actually like Danville and the tri-state area. So But I know like it's mainly based off in New York. I know that.
New York.
Like the state, not New York City.
Oh, I was about to say.
I mean, it would make sense.
I want to say maybe in the suburbs somewhere in the outer New York State.
Say the tri-state would be like New York metropolitan area, Huntington, Ashland, Cincinnati, metropolitan, Chicago, like those areas kind of.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it would make sense, but it would be like the suburb, small town type of vibes with the city. Kind of like Toledo. It's not, I mean, it's big. It is big, but it's not like a huge city like Chicago and New York City.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you have anything else that you would like to talk about before we end the show?
Well, I don't want to keep you up for long, so I don't have nothing else to say.
You're all good.
Thank you for having me over.
You're welcome. Do you have any social media or anything that you would like to promote? If so, go ahead and say.
Not really anything to. I don't really have much to promote. Just I don't know. Drink water.
Drink water.
Drink plenty of water.
Like this guy drink water.
Drink lots of water because semester's only gonna get harder from here.
Make sure you eat too.
Yep, don't forget that as well. Make sure eat. Just do the bare minimum, just so you can be
go to the restroom. Take care of yourself.
Yes, just do the bare minimum, and everything will be all right.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate you for coming on the show. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, you had a fun time, and I hope you come back in the future.
I sure did.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening into the Plexi Film Show. This is the end of episode 11. We're gonna finish this show off with you guys listening to the soundtrack. If you guys have any ideas of any shows that you want me to talk about in this upcoming season, please send them to my Instagram. If you just look up the Plexi Film Show, I guarantee you'll be able to find it. The logo is bright pink. I guarantee you guys will be able to find it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just DM me on there if you guys have any ideas. So yeah. Hopefully you guys have a great night and enjoy the rest of the Phineas and Ferb soundtrack. So yeah, this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. Have a great night. Love you guys so much and stay safe.